Todd Rush, class of 1992. Todd Rush, a standout basketball player for BC, was named to the All-ODAC second team in 1990 and then earned first-team All-Conference honors in 1991 and 92. He was also named the All-South Region first team in both 1991 and 92. He finished his playing career with 1,784 points to rank fourth on the program's all-time scoring list. He was a three-year co-captain. As a senior, helped lead the Eagles to a 21-6 record. Todd was also a standout in the classroom. He was a President's Merit Scholarship recipient and graduated with honors cum laude. Todd finished his basketball career at Bridgewater College as one of the top players in program history. Following graduation, he received his master's degree in sports management from University of Richmond. He also coached at several basketball camps throughout the region and coached in the Montgomery County, Maryland Youth Basketball Association. Todd is a property unit manager for Travelers Insurance Company. Todd is escorted by David Larson, a senior business administration and Spanish double major and men's basketball player from Oak Hill, Virginia. David will now present Todd Rush.
Mr. Ferguson, it is my honor to present Todd Rush for induction into the Bridgewater College Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you, David, and it's my pleasure to officially induct Todd Rush, class of 1992, into the Bridgewater College Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations. David, would you unveil the plaque, please?
So I would normally say you would save the best for last, but I think tonight it goes without saying we have a lot of good company here, and I'm really proud to be inducted with the four of you, and I'm proud to be here in front of all of you tonight. It's hard to believe that it was 25 years ago or so that I walked on this campus for the first time, and it truly was one of the best decisions of my life. You know, when I think about decisions, you have to have some gut instinct and you have to have some thoughtful consideration when you're making an important decision. And I know when I was 17 years old, I didn't have that. But looking back now, coming to Bridgewater was one of the best choices I've ever made. And I've always called Bridgewater my home away from home, and it's good to be back home for something like this evening. So I want to run through a few thank yous to talk about some people that are here with us tonight. First, I would like to thank Coach Bill Leatherman. He's hiding over there in the corner. He was truly one of the main reasons I came to Bridgewater. People have always asked me, what was the deciding factor for you coming to Bridgewater College? And I had similar offers from other schools, and when I really reflected on it, he was the deciding factor. And after all, you did fly into Logan County to watch me play, and I know that was a harrowing experience in and of itself. So I will always remember that and appreciate that, and everything that you ever said to me, you followed through on, and I respect you immensely for everything that you've done for me personally, my family, and the program. So thank you very much. Second individual I'd like to thank this evening is also at that table, my brother Dan. I don't know if you heard earlier, but we did have a very nice season my senior year, his freshman year. It was a 21-6 year, and while I'd like to take full credit for that, I can't, because we had such a good team that year, and you were a big part of it. And the little backstory behind that, which many of you may not know, is that he was signed to go play Division I college basketball at Morehead State, and they had a little coaching change, meaning they fired everyone. So he was released from his scholarship. So the first thing I did was go to Coach Leatherman and say, how would you feel about another Rush coming on campus? And he was agreeable to that. Shortly after, I was on the phone with Dan, and he gave me the ho-hum, I'm going to think about it. But it was Dan, after all, that on my last trip to Bridgewater, we were riding home, it was dark, we're going over a mountain, he'd been asleep, and he wakes up and he goes, you know what, if I were you, that's where I'd go. That's the only choice for you. And I appreciate that sentiment as well. But the most touching thing about that whole year wasn't the record, it wasn't the accomplishments we had, but it was that was the first year he and I had ever played an organized sport on the same team. So that's always going to be special to me as well. The third person I want to recognize, I'm not going to look at her because if I do, I might lose it, but my mom, she is the true Hall of Famer of the family. I knew I'd do this. She sacrificed quite a bit for Dan and I both to be here. She found creative ways to ensure that we had everything we needed, and her only suggestion to us was that we enjoyed our college life, we did well in the classroom, we got our education, and we gave everything we could on the court. And for that, I will always be grateful for her. The one thing that sticks out the most, though, is the night that I scored my, the night that I scored my 1,000th point. She made a trek over here in bad weather, and I knew she was going to do it because it was a special game. And I always joked with her after the game, you know, aren't you proud of me? You know, how do you think I did? Whatever. And I asked her that night if she was proud of me, and she said, paraphrase, definitely, and I didn't need to score another point for her to be proud of me any further. So thanks, Mom, for everything you've done. And then finally, a few quick thank yous. I wanted to recognize Coach Stevens for nominating me for this incredible honor. More importantly, recognizing that when I came on campus, I was a little bit of a greenhorn that needed to do some growing up, and he made sure I maintained my discipline on and off the court, and I really appreciate the guidance that was given to me, and appreciate your friendship throughout all these years. I want to thank all of my coaches, teammates, managers, trainers, everybody who was involved and committed to such a successful program. I wanted to specifically thank Ramsey Yates and John Vetter, and yes, you were in the speech before I saw you, Ramsey. They were my hosts on my recruiting trip, and they truly showed me how well I would fit in here at Bridgewater. And what was not in the speech, I will mention, he also passed along the only extra long bed on campus at the time. That was 4 years of comfort that I can't repay you for. And of course, I want to thank my wife, Julie, who's at the front table, my in-laws who made the trip, my family and friends who all made the trip, including my band of niece, nephews, godsons. I see you all out there, and they wore ties. You guys look sharp. Thank you very much. And thank everyone who had a hand in making the event happen. I mean, you can tell that this event takes a lot of work. There's a lot of thought put into it. There's a great turnout of all the folks that are already in the Hall of Fame, a lot of family and friends. So it makes me even more proud to be honored tonight, and I can only hope that my words express that. So thank you very much.